So I interviewed Royal Flush, and he said that he tried to squash the beef between you and Joe and then realized that he had to stay out of it. He said that you were so close to...
Whenever me and Royal get together, it's about Cuban, it's about lyrics, it's about songs, old school shit, it's about us chilling, having a good time, about bitches. So it never been, I mean, he touched the subject about our situation. I told him the story. So I only told him one time, but he never bothered me with that shit of being like in the middle, yo, what's up? Because that should be bothering me too. When niggas be like extra with it.
Right.
It's like, you know, trust level go down. It's like, yo, you too much invested in that shit. And I don't blame niggas for being cool with Joe at the end of the day. Just don't judge that on me. That's what I ask. But it's hard not to do that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because he's in a situation, in a position where it doesn't affect him.
Right.
You know, as much as me.
But he said that you were so close to Pun's family that you were hearing what was not being done and you took things more to heart. But he believes that Joe did have love for Pun and did look out for people the way that he was supposed to.
Man, roll the clip.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, man. I felt like because of Pun passing and because of that, TS never got to reach the full potential, you know, of like what it could have become.
But then you also you had Cuban. Cuban was more around Pun's wife, around Pun's kids, so he's feeling it. So you thinking nobody's doing nothing because you're still mourning, which which I understand. But Fat Joe still had love for Pun. Wasn't nobody not looking out for nobody. But I guess when you're there with the family, you take more to heart.
Well, what do you mean? Like, so you're saying because he was around the family, he took it more personal?
Yeah, like I mean, at the end of the day, well, when friends or family members, pass, you can't just go lay down. You gotta still keep it pushing. Still gotta make it work. Still gotta make sure everybody's okay. Still gotta feed the family. So not that should hurted Joe to the full. Like it still probably hurt him to this day. That don't change. But he still had to keep moving. He couldn't just stay there every day in the house and mourn. So I think with Cuban being home every day and talking to his wife and they was looking at things wrong. Everybody's mourning, everybody hurt.
I don't know about supposed to. He's not talking. He's talking out of turn right there when he said that. I give him the fact that he got love for Joe, and Joe helped him. Like he said, Joe's helping him with the cancer situation, and Joe is good at that side. You know what I'm saying? He's good at things like that sometimes when he gets to this good side. It's the bad side that they don't know. You know what I'm saying? And when you're in a clique or you're in a crew, it's different, than you looking from outside. It's a whole different situation. I gave you an analogy before about Fidel Castro. People respect him from outside because, what he did for Cuba and all of that and how he held it down. But when you live inside Fidel's fucking regime, you feel, you got no freedom for speech. You can't talk against the government. You get fucking fed 6 eggs every 3 months. It's a whole different thing. It's a whole different process. So I don't think he understands that side. I do. And, that's the reason we're talking about it.
He said that if he was at Jimmy's that night, he felt like he could have stopped that situation.
Everybody says that too.
Right. But he said that like he had spoken to Macho about what happened after that and then realized that like he couldn't get in the middle of the situation. So he just focuses on having his individual relationship with both sides.
Yeah, and that's a cool move. I know everybody, deep in their hearts, they want the situation to be resolved, and but they different than me, man. You know what I'm saying? Once you hear the facts that I'm hitting you with, I told you the story. So and it's not like I said, man. I'm not here. I never set out on the shit to bash Joe for any of his business situations. Like for me to get to get ahead in any way or play a publicity stunt on anything. What I give you, I think, has always been real. And if that's what happened to me, and You know, the fans keep asking me, yo, what's up with the records and all of this? And I'm telling y'all, yo, this is what's going on. I'm being transparent with it. And you don't understand it, then you're not really my man like that. You're not really my friend like that. You just a nigga that's in the middle, which is cool. It's cool because I don't expect my expectations of these guys are workmates. You know, some people that I listened to when I was growing up. I showed them the love. If they chill with me, they like, you know, the ambience that I sent with them, and then we have that type of relationship. But we have fun because all these guys, we you know, when they chill with me, we had a blast. You know what I'm saying? And there's things that I did, but it's nothing that I did overboard to be like, oh, that's my friend. You know what I'm saying? On that level, but when we chill together, we do, you know, we share times and we had a great time on the name of hip hop. So I appreciate that much. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect them to be my real friends that, you know, my day ones that feel a certain way about me getting, you know, Cud and Joe doing all these fuckery shit, you know, but don't cover the fact, don't downplay that fact that he didn't do these things that I'm telling you. That's the only thing. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Because then that, you choosing a side. So, you know, you take heed and you listen to both sides and, you know, you let yourself know. I expect y'all to make that decision. You know what I'm saying? I know what the fuck happened. You know what I'm saying? All Joe, like I said, had to do is to apologize, man. He had to apologize. He had to do the bitch shit that he did afterwards. They're writing me a letter from his lawyer talking about a decision, that contract, where, you know, gag order for me. And he had to do that. Once he did all of those things is what led me to believe that, yo, this nigga had a plan with it. And,
that
you know,
situation, it seems like when somebody fucks up, instead of making it better and like facing it, you make it worse.
Yeah, but you can tell a lot about a person.
It's like a projecting thing. Like, you know what I'm
Because
saying?
you tell they're showing you who you are. They're showing you who they are. So it's like, you gonna be stupid enough to be, nah, he didn't really mean that for that. Tired of doing that. I used to give niggas breaks all day with that. Nah, he didn't really mean that shit. He was just, he probably just got caught in a moment. No, nigga. No. It's repetitive things. Repetitive things. And the goal for them is usually to turn that lie into a truth, or, you know what I'm saying, make it look like, you know, they didn't do what I'm telling you. And if I say you did something, it's because you did it. I'm not throwing no dirt on you, no extra shit on you. I'm telling you how it is. So, you know, most motherfuckers in this game know when they get behind this camera, you know, they get caught up with you know, that self-image of, I'm you know, I got to play my role out in a certain way for others to look at you in that way. I gave you my transparency, you know what I'm saying, with the good, with the bad. And, you know, that truth is hard to swallow, man. And Joe, like I said, those close to him, you know, Charlie Rocks, the TAs, niggas that are inside that circle, they know what I'm talking about. They know exactly what I'm talking about. But the rest of the world, he doesn't treat like the rest of the artists like he treats people in the circle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He treats them like he wants to be seen out there because they know they're going to carry that message of who Joe is as far as the description of him. So he wants everybody to think that, you know, he's the greatest businessman. He's the greatest cordial guy that pays everybody. He never steals. You know, those are words that he comes out when he says. Like he say, you know, about Pun. I'll never put out songs with Pun after he died, like Puffy did with Biggie. I never did this to like he's different. Like he's a real nigga. And it's not the facts. The fact he did worse than them niggas. He stole from Pun. You know what I'm saying?
Flesh said that Joe never told him to not rock with you, though.
You don't have to say that. No, not to rock with me. You don't have to say that. He could put forth an image of him being the nicest guy ever, and he cares about them. So that makes them feel guilty in a sense. You know what I'm saying? To fucking with me because they fucking with Joe, and Joe got more power in the industry. So he plays a slick snake game, and I think people know it's just that they get the upper hand on that. They get a you know, they get to deal with him. He probably puts shows, you know, put them in good situations. He uses business relationships to get them further in their career. It's things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's things like that they don't mind fucking with Joe. Like, you know, they always said, where there's war, there's opportunity. So they know, you know, motherfuckers in this game know that me and Joe been at war for a minute. So, you know, them getting with me, Joe is the type of nigga also to be like, he looks at everything I do. Believe me. That nigga, he's been looking at everything I do, though he says that he hasn't been looking and he doesn't care, he forgets. He pays attention to everything I do. And I tell you that because it's hard evidence that he does. You know, I told you to do a timeline with that. When I get into something, when I do something for PANDA or whatever, he does it on a high scale. He gets better praise. It looks like he's the one who thought of this idea. You know what I'm saying? When I start doing things with like freestyle artists, that, out of nowhere, the nigga starts doing things with freestyle artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, he goes wherever I'm at and he makes a mark and he gives them better deals than me. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, he could pull some strings up there. So he uses those things for his benefit and he knows what he does. You know what I'm saying? Even his like old friends of mine that used to be friends of mine that are on his side, he knows how to dangle that carry. He knows how to talk to them. He knows how to, you know what I'm saying, buy them out. He knows how to buy them out. So, you know what I'm saying? And then he knows how to diminish also the meaning of our situation. With, this 20 years ago, he never did, I gave him everything in the world. He plays the victim like a champ. You know what I'm saying? So if you believe him, you believe him. I know a snake when I see one.